folks, Mark's now you're back once again in the flesh to make another vinyl update video. I've been away for a little while, unfortunately, that's just the way it is sometimes. I had a switch of jobs, I have a new job now, which is really cool. I'm really enjoying that. And I had to spend a decent amount of money on other things, so I didn't have much money to pour records. Which is unfortunate, but I'm getting back into it, so it's fun to come back to this, make another video and chat about bullshit and music and stuff and fun things that are not politics. Yeah. In any case, yeah, also filming this on a new phone, so hopefully the quality is maybe improved or it's about the same, or it's at least not worse, which would be nice. In any case, let's get to the music, right? In the background, we're spinning Let England Shake with PG Harvey. Great album. Quite chill. So yes, I ordered 2 records from a site called EMP. It's not Electromagnetic Pulse, but it's something else. I think they're a British site or something like that, but they have like a Swedish branch, and I ordered from there. And they're not very good at all. One record's never arrived because they just kept like kept fucking telling me it's gonna come in any moment now, and it never did. Just gave up and finally got my money back. But yeah, overall terrible experience. And they also shipped their records in like these giant fucking cardboard boxes, and the records get like old things up and shit. So yeah, don't recommend ordering from EMP. They're pretty shitty, so I'm not going to order from them again, even though their prices are somewhat decent. In any case, enough of the rambling bullshit. This is the only metal record I have to show, unfortunately, this time around. But it's a good one, so let's enjoy that. This is Deliverance and Damnation, or yeah, by Opeth, remastered. So originally I was not kind of too interested in this, because I was mainly interested in getting Damnation, so I just thought I'd get that separate, not remastered, because the difference is not too big. However, the remastering of Deliverance is just like night and day, because it's so much better than the remastered version, at least in my opinion. So I thought I'd pick this up, even though the cover art is ridiculously dull and boring and just uninventive in every possible way. I mean, you don't even have any gloss or anything like whatsoever appealing from this cover art. It's just plain white, incredibly dull, just like Opeth's last 2 albums. Yeah. Sorry. Anyway, fortunately enough, they do have the printed sleeves that do show the original cover art, which is nice. Not as nice as a cool cover art, but it's nice enough that it did something, which is nice. I'm saying nice too many times. I'm already fucking this up. In case, this is a 180 gram black vinyl, and this is weird. And I can see that Music for Nations. It looks really kind of Nazi-ish, or like Soviet propaganda kind of thing, which is weird. I never ordered anything, I think, from Music for Nations. I would have remembered this at least. It looks very weird. Yeah. In any case, if you're not familiar with Opeth, which I think most people who watch this channel probably are familiar with Opeth, they're a great Swedish progressive metal band. They've been going at it since the 90s. I mainly enjoyed their middle period, which is, you know, everything pretty much from Still Life, which is amazing, up till Heritage, which was good. I liked Heritage, not as much as their other work, but it was nice. The 2 albums after that were incredibly boring. And here's the last one. Got lyrics on here, and you got liner notes and 4 profile pictures of the band with Martin Lopez on there. Sorry, yeah, Martin Lopez and Martin Mendez, and of course Peter Lindgren. 2 of these guys are not longer in the band, which is unfortunate, but these 2 records are great. Damnation is obviously the more acoustic side of this, and Deliverance is the more heavy side. and I think both of them were recorded around the same time, which I think Mikael Åkerfeldt, which is, I've seen a lot of people mispronounce his name. His last name starts with an A with a circle above it, and that's the letter O, which means his name is Mikael Åkerfeldt, not Åkerfeldt, but it's just a tidbit of nerdy bullshit linguistics for you. Åkerfeldt. Yeah. In any case, both albums are great. Damnation is probably my preferred one over the two, but both are really nice. I enjoyed them quite a bit. Moving on to the non-metal albums of this video. Hopefully none of you will click away, but maybe some of you will. In any case, this was about goddamn time I got this record. Now Curtis from the Pitch Control really loves this one, and yeah, I'm sorry why. It's a great album. This is Psychocandy by the Jesus and the Mary Chain, their debut record. This is a classic, I think, within the kind of, I don't know, it's a bit hard to categorize the band a bit, because there are a lot of different influences, everything from kind of like noisy stuff to indie rock to post-punk and stuff like The Cure, and just a bunch of different influences. But overall, this is an amazing album. And yeah, absolutely phenomenal debut album from the Jesus and the Mary Chain. So this is a repress. Unfortunately, it's not colored, but does come with an inner printed sleeve. And got some tidbits of lyrics there, as well as pictures of the band. I'm already feeling like I'm rambling quite a lot here, so this video might be quite long, but fortunately I have a new phone, so I have tons of space on it. So hopefully this video won't end abruptly, because that would be nice. In any case, great album. I'm finally glad to have this. This has kind of been on my to-get list for a while, and I finally got a hold of it. And it sounds great on 180 gram. So yeah, really enjoy this album. So if you're into rock music, indie music, something a bit more chill, something a bit more noisy, and you haven't heard this album yet, please do check it out, because it's quite great. Moving on to another UK band, or I mean, the Jesus and the Mary Chain are from Scotland, I think. I'm pretty sure they are. But this band is not, and this is none other than The Smiths with The Queen Is Dead. Most people are probably familiar with this album, I guess, maybe. If you're into indie rock, I guess you are. This is the second Smiths album I own, the first one being Meat Is Murder. And I kind of had to get this, because it's a classic, awesome album, and I really love the cover art as well, just as I did with Meat Is Murder. Some of the cover art from the Smiths I'm not really too keen on, but these two I have are really great. And this is a repress, and it is a gatefold. You got a picture of the band, as well as lyrics. Got the old Morrissey there. Yeah, I definitely prefer the Smiths over Morrissey's solo stuff, although the first thing I did hear was Morrissey's solo stuff. I heard that way before I listened to the Smiths. But in any case, this is a great album. Obviously, The Light That Never Goes Out is on here, which is probably the most famous song, or one of the more famous songs. Comes with inner printed sleeves, with a photograph. And yeah, names of the people in the band, their stuff. Block vinyl, 180 gram. Sounds great. My favorite is probably still Meat Is Murder, but this album is phenomenal as well. It's really great. Definitely a must listen, just no matter what you're into death metal or grindcore or hip hop or jazz or whatever. Just, you know, if you haven't heard this yet, please do so. Moving on to a rock album. This is a great band that got to start in the 90s. And yeah, just phenomenal band. And this is probably my most favorite album by them, although I think some people will disagree. This is Sleater-Kinney with The Woods. This is back from 2005, right? I was about to say 3, but it's 5. In any case, this is a great fucking album. Sleater-Kinney, of course, is a American rock band, and they're just phenomenal. As I said, they got to start in the 90s, and I think a lot of people really enjoy their first album quite a lot. But for me, the later work is really where they kind of started to shine. They got quite a distinct sound, especially with the vocals being the main meat, I guess, or whatever you want to say, on their albums, and but also quite a lot of guitar. The drums are, you know, quite basic, but overall, like, they're a great fucking band. And this is not the last album, but their next latest. They released an album after this as well. Here's a picture of band members. Yeah, this is a Sub Pop release. I got this for quite cheap from some distro from the Czech Republic. It's really nice. Some of my favorite can't speak anymore. Some of my favorite songs of this record are The Fox, Modern Girl, What's Mine Is Yours, Jumpers, Entertain is a great fucking track. If you're into rock music or garage rock or whatever kind of rock or shit rock or cock rock, maybe if you're into cock rock you wouldn't like this band, but overall I definitely recommend checking this out. This is a great album, and I thought their latest one, which is No Cities to Love, I think it's called, is also really, really great. And as I said, I do prefer the later stuff over their early work, which is just my taste, but that's what I feel. Comes with an insert with a picture of the band in the woods, is fitting and title, and lyrics. This is a really nice release. Regular black vinyl. And on the second record here, there should be an etching, and there is. And since the album is called The Woods, it's an etching of a tree stump, which is not as super cool as some other etchings out there, but it's pretty nice. It's not bad. It's not bad. I actually think this is the only etching I have on any record. I might be wrong on that, but I got quite a lot of records I've been collecting for a couple of years, so I might have forgotten if I have one. But as far as I remember, this is the only etched record that I do own, which is a bummer because I wouldn't mind some more etchings. It's definitely more fun than Dead Wax, which is quite boring, but I guess it's also expensive to get hold of. Someone will etch record for you. Probably not cheap. But yeah, great Sub Pop release. They always do well with the record releases. This is Sleater-Kinney with The Woods. I'd say a good album to start with if you've never heard of them. That or the latest one. Yeah, that's only my opinion. Moving on to another rock band, and this is one of the few bands that I still listen to that I did back in, like, I don't know, when I was like 14. And most of the music, I listened to like a lot of crap when I was 14, like new metal and stuff like that I don't enjoy whatsoever right now. But this is one of the few bands that I still do enjoy, along with like artists like Jimi Hendrix and the Yeah-Yeahs and White Stripes, as well as Metallica from time to time. But yeah, this is The Strokes with Is This It? Their debut album with an ass on it. Yeah. Never been too big a fan of their cover art. It's kind of boring, I feel. But yeah, this is a great album. I really enjoyed it. This is probably my favorite along with their second record, It's quite glossy. This is a repress by Music on Vinyl, which usually do a decent job, nothing too spectacular about their record releases. Here's the back picture of the band. I guess most people are probably familiar with the Strokes or have heard the name. I'd say their early stuff is definitely the best ones. I think a lot of people would agree. Although some people do really dislike First Impressions of Earth, which was the first album I did hear from them. It's also one of the more popular ones, but I think the album is really weird because the first half of it is really great and the second half is absolutely shit. So it's a bit of a weird record, but this, however, is great through and through, start to finish. My favorite track from here is Barely Legal, love that track, and of course New York City Cops, which is also one of my favorite Stroke songs. Obviously you also got Last Night, Take It or Leave It, The Modern Age, Is This It? Obviously, great album. If you're into rock music, you'll probably enjoy this. It's got 180 gram black wine. And really do enjoy their old school logo on here. Really kind of like old school 70s vibe to it. It's always nice. Yeah, if you never heard the Strokes for whatever reason, this would be a good place to start. Although this repress is not too cheap, it's a bit more pricey than regular represses, maybe because it's Music on Vinyl, but if you do see it in a record store for a decent price, definitely pick it up. Give it a shot. Moving on to... Oh shit, just a sec. I actually forgot a record, which I'm going to get right now. Yeah, forgot a record, so I want to show it to you as well, but before that, let's get to this one. Good thing I remember that. This I saw for a really cheap price in the record store, and I was like, fuck it, I gotta get all this because this is the only album I really heard from this artist, but I really enjoyed it, or not like humongously enjoyed it, but I enjoyed it quite a bit. And for weird kind of like artistic pop, which I'm kind of into, this is pretty sweet. This is Peter Gabriel with 4, I think it's 4. It's a number, at least I know that. I think it's 3 or 4, maybe fucking 2, I don't remember. But it's pretty interesting. I got it for a really cheap price, it's in decent condition. The record plays fine at least. And yeah, if you're into more artsy, somewhat experimental pop, and this could be quite interesting. And he definitely became more like regular pop, more normal, I guess. Definitely less adventurous and risk-taking later on in his career. But some of his early stuff is quite interesting. Definitely. In a print sleeve here, and just regular black vinyl with a picture of the hat maker. Inner label there. From Alice in Wonderland, I guess. Or Batman, whichever preference you want. Probably is Alice in Wonderland, because that is where the hat maker is originally from. Lore Talk. Yeah, really solid album. And for a cheap price, I couldn't pass it up, and it was quite a steal. I'm just gonna change sides here real quick. You'll excuse me for a second, because this video is quite long, because I'm just rambling on like a maniac. Right, let's get back to it. This is the record I picked up now, because I forgot that I did pick this up. This is a great fucking album. I really love this. This is definitely the one I've been looking forward to get from Frank Zappa, since I got my first one from him, which is Apostrophe. This is his second album, which I forget the name of, because I'm an idiot. I always call this album Camarillo Brillo, because that's what I remember, because I love the song Camarillo Brillo. It's one of his best songs ever. And I picked this up from the old record store for a really good price. from Linné Skivbörs on Andra Långgatan here in Göteborg. And yeah, this is a fucking phenomenal album from Frank Zappa. The first one I got from him was Apostrophe, which is really great, but this is probably my favorite of his, and I really enjoy the cover as well. Comes with a gatefold. Really cool cover art. Frank Zappa, of course, you know, legendary musician. If you're, you know, if you're into whatever and you haven't heard Frank Zappa yet, please do so. This is a phenomenal fucking album. It sounds great on wax. I'm definitely glad I finally got a hold of this for a really good price nonetheless. I'm gonna print the sleeves of the picture, and more records you can get, man. Look at that. You can get like all the stuff. You can get a songbook too, man. Come on. Schlagers, ew. Yeah, that's pretty cool. Yeah, this record is fucking phenomenal. If you're not yet familiar with Frank Zappa's work, if you're not familiar yet with this album, definitely listen to this. Just phenomenal album. Frank Zappa is, of course, master of his work, along with his old buddy Captain Beefheart. So yeah, definitely glad I picked this up for a good price. Great album. Moving on to the last album of this video. Always on the lookout for Bowie albums, and this showed up for a good price. I was like, fuck yeah, definitely getting this, and I did. Haha, yeah. It's Diamond Dogs by David Bowie. Great album. This was definitely. I was definitely on the lookout for this one. I also got to get Aladdin Sane, but I might get the repress of that because it's quite expensive to get an old copy in good condition at least. Yeah, this album is great. Unfortunately, this is not the gatefold version, which is also a bit more pricey, but I got it for a really good price, and I'm really happy with it because this is a fucking phenomenal album. One is more underrated ones, I guess. Obviously got Diamond Dogs on here, Sweet Thing, Rebel, probably the biggest track on here. Rock and Roll With Me, 1984. Great album. This is from the cocaine era of David Bowie, I guess you would say. Yeah. Regular black vinyl, RCA, the old good stuff. Sounded great, as most old records do, on wax. If I can get this shit back in. Yeah, I said unfortunately I did not get this on the gatefold, but fuck it, man. It sounds great, it looks great, and it's great condition, so I'm pretty darn happy with this. Definitely gotta get hold of more Bowie records down the line. Sorry for forgetting names of albums and for babbling on about horseshit and bullshit. But yeah, that was all from me for this video. And I'll definitely be coming back soon, probably with a Christmas update. Or maybe before that, because all my money at the moment has to go to Christmas gifts. So not many records at the moment, unfortunately, but I will be back and show you more records and talk about more bullshit. And I'm definitely aiming for making a top 10 or 15 albums of the year this year. I'm already started on my list, and I think yeah, last year I wanted to do one, but I was kind of rushed, so I kind of didn't bother. This year I'm definitely thinking of doing that, so hopefully that will be out soon enough. Until then, have a good one.